Hello there! Today I'll be telling you how to make pretty notes. It was highly requested that I make a video like this. So before we start, here's just a little disclaimer. This is how I specifically take my notes. Don't feel pressured to take nice notes, but I personally enjoy it and it makes me study more. People always tell me that I'm wasting my time, but making pretty notes is much better than scrolling through your phone or surfing the internet, because at least you're studying. And when you have these notes, you'll feel more obligated to study. But remember, study notes are for you, so make it however you like and maybe include some of my tips. So let's get started. The paper that I use in most of my notes, well, basically all, is White Lines Notebook because it's super smooth and there's not much bleeding, and you're allowed to do a cool feature where you scan with the app. I'll link it below. And I also just really like the paper. It has white lines, so there's no dark lines that distract you, basically. Muji paper is also good. It's very smooth, but you need a special binder to store it, so I don't use it. What materials do I use when I take my notes? I'll be explaining all the stationery I use, and I'll link them all down below in the description. For the text, I like using smooth gel pens such as Zebra Sarasa or Muji gel pens. Pilot juice pens are also good, and the Zebra Sarasa in 0.5. Highlighters, I love using Zebra Mild Liners, or the Zebra Mild Liner brush pen, or Crayola Super Tips have a good range of color, or the Tombow Dual Tip. For calligraphy, I love using Pentel brush pens as they're very smooth. And the black pens that I use in mostly all my notes are Zebra Sarasa or Muji gel pens, usually in 0.5. To start all my notes, I always have a title, you could say, and for my subheadings, I also have a fancy title because it just makes your notes stand out and it makes it more organized to look at. Next, I'll be showing you some ideas that I commonly use on my titles. You can slow down the video if it gets too fast when I do them. First, I calligraphy with a mild liner, then I drop shadow it in yellow, and then I outline in between the letters in white, so whenever the red and yellow touch. Next is a simple calligraphy title. Uppercase, drop shadow it with a lighter color, and then outline where the light purple and dark purple touch. Last, some lowercase letter, and then here is an uppercase, outline the uppercase thicker, add drips to it, and then outline it, and then add little like U's or W's to the letter. And then a variation, you can add a monoline cursive to that, or this one, you can outline it black, or box shadow it, and then you can color it in black if you want. So 4 titles in one, basically. Very creative here. You can do a lot of stuff. Here, a cursive, I color in half the letter with a darker color, blend it with the original pen, drop shadow it, and then outline in between the letters. This one, yeah, I do the pen one a lot. And then simple cursive, here I wrote a 3D letter, and then I outlined it in black and then colored it in whatever color. And the last one I do quite a bit, just cursive outline it. You can leave it as the outline, or you can choose to put a drop shadow box. If you don't know how to drop shadow, I have a calligraphy video on that, so I'll link it down below. Here are just some more ideas from my Instagram, which is also linked below. Next, I'll be talking about diagrams. Usually I draw them on my note as it can emphasize topics or just make them neater. Here are just some examples of diagrams I drew. But only do them if they are quick and simple or if you have lots of time. But don't waste your time on drawings when you can literally print it out or just trace it. But usually when I have like a school holiday like Christmas break or March break, I have time to draw a nice picture. I use the Sakura Micron pens to draw because they don't smudge. So next, practice your handwriting. I usually practice my handwriting on my notes all the time, so in class, at home, and eventually your handwriting will improve. So here's my handwriting currently, and it's always okay to make some mistakes, just white it out. So here's how I generally do the layout of my notes. So I start with a main title from the ideas previously told in the video, generally along the lines of that, or you can get creative with however you're feeling, and then a header for the title of the first section of your notes. So I'm going to be telling you how I bullet point my notes. So the main point, I use a bullet, just a dot, and then I use like a chevron, and then a little circle, and then following this makes your notes easy to read and easy to understand. So abbreviations lets you write faster and quicker. Here are the common ones that I generally use, because without maximum, minimum, increase, decrease examples, there's a variety. And here's the final result. So here's just me taking some notes using what I told you guys in the video, and I'll just put on some music so you can enjoy it. And so here's the final result. And so that is how I take my notes. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like and comment if you want another one, as I'm currently off of school for a bit. See you next time, and thanks for watching till the end. Bye bye.